Hi, so I'm Sarah from Chamomile Sanctuary, and today we're going to be doing the purifying facial. So thank you for purchasing your very own at-home Medik8 facial. I think this is going to be really nice. We're going to spend about 45 minutes to about an hour doing this facial today. I've got my setup ready. I think there should have been an email sent to you with this email, or something just saying what you needed. So we've got, let's just go through that first. So hairband is optional, but hair out of the face. You need some cotton pads, not really this many, maybe you only need about 8. Bowl of water, bowl of warm water, a dry clean towel. I've got a little muslin cloth instead because I didn't have any clean towels. Candle optional, nice drink optional. It might be a herbal tea, it might be water, it might be wine. We'd recommend doing this at night so it's all nice and relaxing for you, and you can just go straight to bed if you can do that. So we've got all that, and then in your little bag you should have a sponge, a number 3, which is a toner, a number 8, which is a moisturizer, a number 5, which is a fractured emulsion, which is a massage medium, a number 6, natural clay mask, number 4, pore refining scrub, a number 1, which is micellar water, number 2, which is the surface radiance cleanser, and then you should have a retinol 3TR as well to apply at the end, and your mitt obviously. So you can pause this if you want to get set up, if you want to get candle juice, if you want to get your warm water. Little extras that I've added, because I'm really going to enjoy this. I haven't had a facial myself in 8 weeks. I've actually got a foot soak under my desk, so I've got some essential oil in there, some warm water. It feels nice. So I've got essential oils here as well. You don't have to do this, but this is how I'm going to start. Just take a few drops in the palm of my hand, do some inhalations. So if you're going to do this, rub it up between your hands, get the heat. And then do 3 breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's always a nice place to start. So what we're going to do, we'll start with eye cleanse with micellar water. We'll do a double face cleanse with the Surface Radiance gel. We're going to tone. We're going to scrub, the pore refining scrub. Then we're going to do the massage. So we're going to cover all the way down here and up into the neck, and we're going to focus on the face. We're going to focus on lymph drainage and pressure points, so drainage and relaxation. We're then going to apply the mask. So in this case it's the natural clay mask. While that's on, we're going to do a hand massage. So keep a little bit of your fractured emulsion, your number 5, so that we can do that, and then we'll take that off and we'll apply the finishing product. So like I say, if your setup's all ready, if you're in your bathroom and you've got everything out, It's probably easier to do it in your bathroom if you can set up that way, but I'm just going to do it at a desk here. So we're going to start, take a couple of cotton pads, and still want you to do this even if you don't have any makeup on. So dip your cotton pads into your warm water, drain them out so you've got some damp cotton pads. And then you're going to take your number 1. It might have separated, so you might have the foamy bits at the top and the clear at the bottom, but you just want to shake it up. On one side and on the other. Just spread it between them. And just place them over your eyes. Just let it sit for a second. If you've got eye makeup on, this will just help to dissolve it, letting it sit for a second. But even if you don't, it just feels really nice and refreshing. And then just take it and you can gently cleanse all around your lashes. To the inner corner. And flip that pad over, just clean up. Now we're going to go into first cleanse. So you're going to take your number 2 Surface Radiance. This will remove makeup. Even if you don't have makeup on, like I say, it'll remove dirt and grime from the day. It removes SPF. So it's a kind of jelly consistency. So I'll take a little dollop, just about that much. We're going to do a double cleanse with this. So between your fingers and just apply everywhere and take a little bit of water. Just dip your hand in, get that. And it starts to sud up a little bit. And this cleanser has acids in it to cleanse, so it's slightly exfoliating as well. So it's good for a more congested, oily skin type. And it should be okay if you're sensitive skin, because it's wash off, it's not an acid that will leave on. Take a little bit more water if you need to. Really take your time when you do this as well. I want to try and make it feel as much like a spa facial. And come down the neck. More water. It should be starting to foam up really nicely. Get up into the hairline as well. You can do some nice rhythmical movements. Down into the nose. When you're cleansing your face as part of your daily routine, you should be cleansing for about a minute. When I cleanse my face, I've really been focusing on these bits here just under my jaw, because I've been getting breakouts there. And if that happens to you, it might be a couple of things. It might be shampoo trickling down or conditioner, and we're just not focusing on rinsing it off this area. Or if you're cleansing, you know, if you're over a sink and you're washing off your cleanser, you tend to wash it off like that, and you might miss these bits, so it might just be a build-up of product. So I've been really trying to focus on cleaning, and it's actually been getting better. So you're going to take your mitt to take this off and water. Bring it out. And just swipe over. You want to get most of it off, if not all of it off. But we're going to go straight back in and do the second cleanse just now anyway. So that's removed all the makeup, it's removed the sunscreen, it's removed the moisturiser that you put on this morning, the residue. And now we're going to go back in and actually cleanse the pores. Pop that back in the water and take about the same amount of cleanser. And back on. It's got a lovely smell. Can't remember what it is that's actually in it that's making it smell quite citrusy. I can actually feel, might be able to feel this on yourself as well, that your skin feels softer. My skin definitely feels softer as I'm going in with the second cleanse. That's the acids doing their job, eating away at the dead skin. Now my skin type, just for reference, is combination oily T-zone, dehydrated everywhere, and a little bit sensitive, particularly in the cheeks. So if I was using this cleanser, I don't have this cleanser at home, I don't use this every day, but I definitely think about it at some point. But if I was going to do that, I would use it maybe only 3 times a week as a second cleanse. It feels velvety when you get enough water in your second cleanse. It feels nice and velvety on the skin. Okay, we're going to take this off now. My skin feels really nice and soft. I'm going to wring that out and just go over and cleanse a second time. That's what we would do in the spa. Double rinse off the second cleanse. still feels a little bit residue, don't worry, we're going to tone anyway. So take your towel, clean, dry towel, just pat off. And I'm going to take 2 more cotton pads, dampen them, wring them out. And then you're going to take your number 3 toner, which is in one of these. Go one on one side, flip this round, one on the other side. It's much better to use toner on damp cotton pads because you end up not using as much product, but it's fine, it's just what the skin needs. You don't need loads of toner. Just help to take the residue off. So, and take your towel again and you can pat dry. And I just take note of how your skin feels at the moment after you've dried off your second cleanse. If it feels a little bit tight, it probably just means you're a little bit dehydrated. I think I've only ever come across 1 or 2 clients in the last 5-6 years I'm doing this job that haven't had a bit of dehydration in their skin. So dehydration comes down to a few things. So obviously first, it's not drinking enough water, because it really does help to hydrate from the inside. Or you can take I think hyaluronic acid capsules. You can get them at Holland & Barrett, or you can get them online. But they just help the skin to retain more water. Dehydration, the environment. So if you're working in an air-conditioned office, or you're central heating in your house all day, that can also cause it to be dehydrated. And then products as well. So something like this type of cleanse with an acid, if you find that as you're going about your day it feels tight, if you're using something like this, maybe just use it a little bit less, maybe every 2 days, every 3 days. But there's a test for if you have dehydrated skin. The way to tell is to take your finger and just lightly push up just a little bit, and if the skin goes crepey looking, then it means you're dehydrated. There's just not enough water between the cells to make it look plump. And you can be dehydrated you can have a dehydrated forehead and hydrated cheeks. It just depends, but I'm definitely dehydrated. Okay. Yeah, your skin feels really soft after that. It's a really nice cleanser. Okay, so exfoliator. So we're looking at number 4, pore refining scrub in a pot. I'll take some of this. Let's take about that much. Don't need a huge amount because again we're going to mix this with a little bit of water. So I just take it down here. If when you bought the facial, if you had said you have sensitive skin, you will have the powder exfoliator. I think it's Daily Brightening Powder Exfoliator. You just take that onto your hands, take the powder, take some water droplets and kind of splash it in and mix it up, and it becomes like a foam almost, but you can still feel the little bits of scrub. And you just do the same as what we're doing just now. I'm actually going to take the rest of that exfoliator. It doesn't feel enough. Now this is just going to be really light because we've already done the acid exfoliation. So don't get it in your mouth. Bit of water. So you're doing this just with a light pressure. In fact, there shouldn't really be any pressure at all. It's kind of just gliding over the skin and the beads do the work. And if it feels like you're dragging your skin, just take some more water. And I'm going to focus on these areas for me. Most people tend to forget under the jaw as well. If you have acne prone skin or oily skin, congested, you'll want to focus on this area. And now if you have active acne breakouts anywhere with this scrub, just avoid going directly over them, just glide over and focus on other areas. If I had breakouts kind of around here, I'd just lightly be doing this, but then I'd be coming up and focusing where I'd have more dead skin, which for most people it's a build up in the T-zone. I'm going to go down, get between the folds of the nose. Now we're going to take our sponge to cleanse this off. I should have taken this out before. So you're just going to take your sponge out of the packet and dip that in your water. Get some fresh water if you need to. And you can pause this at any time if you need to go and get fresh water. I don't have my hairband on. No particular rhyme or reason with removing the exfoliator, just again not too much pressure, particularly if you've got sensitive skin. What you can do as well, because we're going to go into the massage now, it's one of the most infuriating things to start as a therapist, to start doing a massage. You've got the massage cream everywhere, you're ready to go, and you start to feel little beads of exfoliator that you've not taken off properly. So what I do is I just take a dry mitt, but you can take your dry towel and just take it like this. And the skin should be dry as well, because see, it feels as if you've taken it all off, but when you actually go to touch it, there's still some. So ideally it's a dry towel or mitt on dry skin, and just dust it off, and they come off a lot easier than trying to do it wet. And they tend to sit in the hairline at the ear and just here as well. And it doesn't feel nice either as a client to be, for me anyway, to feel bits and crumbs when you're getting a massage. Take a clean mitt. Okay, so going to tone again. Make sure we've got clean skin. The idea when we tone is that every time the skin gets wet, i.e. has a product cleansed from it, you need to tone to make sure there's no residue left from that product so that your other products can penetrate. So the fractured emulsion, the massage medium that we use, it's kind of like a cream in that it's got skincare benefits as well. So just taking the toner again and putting that on 2 damp cotton pads. Precipitating them. And we'll just cleanse again. There's nothing like completely clean skin. Do you know, no eye makeup, no residue of anything left, clean, fresh, exfoliated skin is really nice. I haven't actually exfoliated in about 8 weeks. I've been using the retinol, which is a kind of natural exfoliant, but I just have run out of exfoliator. So this has actually been really nice. Justine dropped this off, this little package of for me to do these facial routines, and my skin really needed it. So this is really nice for me as well. Put my feet back in. Okay. Get your towel, dry off. Okay. Oh, that's nice. So I'm going to put my headband on now. All right, so now we're going to go into the massage. So your number 5 is your fractured emulsion massage medium. So we need to leave a little bit in the pot because we're going to do a hand massage while the mask is on. So I'm going to take about that much for the moment. It should be enough that you've got slip, but you shouldn't be sliding around your face. You want to have a little bit of tension still so that you can lift the muscles. I'm going to take this around the back of the neck as well. Oh, it's so nice. Okay. about as much as I need at the moment. You can obviously go in and add more if you feel there's too much slip. So get it right around the eyes. Okay, we're going to start on the chin. So like I say, it's going to be focused on lymphatic drainage. This is called a prayer movement. So start with the tips here and just push up and try and keep your fingers nice and relaxed. And push all the way up so that your wrists are at your ears. Then come back. And you want to really lift. You're going to be making some weird faces at yourself in the mirror, but it feels really nice. Do that about 8 times. When I do massage on myself or on clients, it's more kind of intuitive. So if you're doing something just now that feels really nice, just keep doing that. Do it some more repetitions than I'm doing it. This is a lymph drainage move. So middle finger across the upper lip, drain down, lymph node here, drain, and a little press. Put a medium pressure and a little press. I'm gonna get some more cream. You can't really go wrong with facial massage as long as you are, for the most part, training, as long as you're going outwards and upwards on the face. When you come down to the neck, you can drain to lymph nodes down here, or you can focus on lifting the muscles up, lifting the skin. We're gonna just continue up the face. So we're gonna do a bigger prayer movement. I'll start fingers at the side of the nose, kind of draining outwards. Bring the palms up the face and drain till your palms, your wrists are at your hairline. Take a bit more, my skin is really soaking this up. I'm gonna go down and do some on the neck, so I'm gonna start by going like this. So your pressure is on your fingers and you're sliding up. And if you've got pressure in the right place, you might be able to feel the muscle popping. So we're massaging the sternocleidomastoid, which is the big muscle that runs up the neck that turns your head. So play around with your hand placement, but I can feel in the side just as I get about here, there's a little pop. It feels really nice. And then we're going to go a little bit quicker. We're going to go up. Alternating fingers. This tapotement, it's called, this kind of tapping motion is really good for the skin, for bringing blood to the surface. So better healing, better glow, everything just works better when you've got a good amount of blood at the surface of your skin. So if you're going pink, if you're seeing erythema, if you're seeing redness, then it's a good thing. I just do a couple of these effleurage movements in between, just these big, long kind of stroking movements. Okay, we're going to go up to the eyes. This is the nice bit. Everybody falls asleep. So start with 2 fingers on the temples. You're going to do a figure of 8 motion. At a medium pressure. And close your eyes. It feels really, really nice. And try and not think too much about the next move that we're going to do, or if you're doing it right or not. If it feels nice, just take a moment and just enjoy it. Okay, we'll do some circles around the eyes. So I'm using my ring finger, my index finger. I hope you can, when I start to get relaxed, my voice gets quieter, so I hope you can still hear. So ring finger and index, and just going around in circles. You can switch if you're going down this way. We're going to do some between the brows, just some stroking motions. I've got my middle finger and my ring finger here, but just do whatever feels nice. Helps to release the tension in that muscle. If you're a frowner, or someone that doesn't realize that you're frowning, but you're always kind of like this, take a second to relax the muscle and just feel the tension melt away. You can do a little bit of this as well, scissoring, so just alternating. And then we're going to work on the brows. So we're going to do little grabbing motions. We do this move in our Gino eye lift massage routine. So you're pinching at the brow and kind of lifting. And just working from the front of the brow to the tail and back again. Just a light pressure. Enough so that you can grab skin. Not perfect, just a little inch. here. If you do one side of this movement and you've got a good stretch of the brow, sometimes depending on your muscle tone, you can then look in the mirror and notice that one brow is higher than the other. My goodness me. Crazy things to your eyebrows, anyway. And then we're gonna do just fingers up the forehead. And then full palms. That feels really nice. Doing things like this, if you're really focusing on lifting and you've got a good pressure, you really get a temporary lift out of this. If you're a Casey client who's missing the microcurrent, if you're noticing the difference, doing things like this can really help. And also things like face yoga. That can help as well, just toning the muscles in your face. Okay, we'll just do some pressure points to finish. So, do you know, this feels nice. I'm just going to do this for a bit as well. Just it's intuitive. It's if something feels nice, you just stick with it. So I'm just kind of coming up and going down like that. Okay. Pressure points. So when I'm doing pressure points, I've got my middle finger as the point of pressure, and then any other fingers that I want to put on top to give extra pressure, because it's really nice. As much pressure you can put with these, it feels really, really nice. This is purely for relaxation. So we're gonna imagine lines up the forehead, one line up the middle, and then more up like that, and you're gonna do a few points on each line. So start here. A pressure, hold for a couple of seconds and release. And then come up to the middle, hold and release, hold and release. And then two fingers just at the brow, hold, release, hold, release, hold, release, and then move to the tail, hold. And then to the temples. This feels really nice, hold and release. And then we're gonna go just at the orbital bone, tends to be just under the brow. You can feel the bone there. You're gonna do a kind of upward pressure. And release, and then you're gonna move along, still on the bone. Upward pressure and release. Just the bone at the side of the eye. Pressure. Then you're going to come to the middle. these two kind of nodules you can feel on the side of the nose, the bone where your glasses would sit. Do a pressure there. Release. Move your fingers kind of out the way. The lower orbital bone, pressure. And release, and up here, pressure. And release. We're going to go back to the same point where the glasses would sit, and you're going to pressure. And sides of the nostrils, pressure. And release. Sides of the mouth, pressure. Release. And on the jaw, pressure. And release. Tilt your fingers out this way horizontally. Feel for where the cheekbone is, and just at the apple of the cheek, you're going to do an upward pressure. And release. Move along the cheekbone, upward pressure, and release. And then a third upward pressure, and release. We're going to come to the jaw, just at the sides of the mouth. You're going to find the jawbone, fingers and thumbs, index and thumbs, and a little squeeze of the jawbone. Pressure and release, moving along. Pressure, release. Release. And then you're just going to take your palms and press either side of the neck and release. Nice and relaxed. So for the mask, 2 cotton pads in the water. I'm just going to remove the excess of this cream so that I can get so that the mask can penetrate. So I'm going to take the toner, number 3. Both sides. And I'm just going to do a little sweep over, make sure that there isn't a layer sitting on the surface. And you should have a little bit of massage cream left for the hand massage. We're going to take the mask just about halfway down the neck. So don't worry too much about coming all the way down there. And then I just flip them over and I go over the face a second time. Make sure that it's all gone. And dry off. And then we're going to take the mask. So your mask is number 6. About. You're just going to apply the whole thing. This has got a lovely kind of minty smell as well. You don't need to go right up to the eye. There's that skin around the eye. It doesn't need any of the decongesting, so just careful around the eye because it can irritate it a little bit. Down here and then come down the neck. Just about halfway down. just about a medium layer. Do you know, it can be a thin layer too. It doesn't need to, you don't actually need to use this all up at once, so you might get a couple of uses out of this. Just going to use whatever I've got in the pot at the moment. So that is on. Take this off my hands. And then we're going to go into the hand massage. So I'm just going to dry off my hands. So take whatever is left in your fractured emulsion, just pop it on the back of the hand. We're going to kind of massage both hands at once as we do this. It won't be as intricate as when we do it in the spa, but hopefully it won't be too long until we can have you back in the spa and you can have a proper facial and you can really switch off. So you're just going to apply this like a hand cream. Okay. So the mask you want to leave on just for about 8 minutes. You can leave it on for longer if you want to, but I wouldn't leave it on longer than about 15 minutes because I have done that before and my skin just goes red everywhere that I've applied the product. So I'm going to start like this. And again, this is quite intuitive as well. It's taking the time to massage your hands, because I know when I get a hand massage in a facial, you don't realize how much tension you hold in your hands and the muscles, because they do everything and we never take the time really. You know, we might apply hand cream at night, but we never take the time to really massage. So I'm taking this part of my thumb kind of wrist here and I'm just massaging. It's this that always, I think, our thumb, the muscle that comes up here that you really need. So I'm just do one hand at a time, little circles. And then I'm kind of just using this part of my thumb all the way around the center. If you can get someone else to do this for you, even better. And then you can actually just lean back and get your partner or your kids a fun quarantine task to do. And then I'm going to do the other side. We're going to have up on the Instagram soon an at-home foot massage routine as well. So it's not going to be a self foot massage, it's going to be on somebody else. So that really can be something you can show your partner or your kids or whoever you're quarantining with. Give them something to do. So if that's up by the time you're doing this facial, then you could go and have a look and lean back. You could have one child massaging your hands and one child massaging your feet. Okay, and then I'm going to go up and using the fingers to massage. So this is the dominant, and I'm just interlacing and kind of pulling. And the same on the other side. And then I'm going to massage with this thumb. You have metatarsals or metacarpals, one's hands and one's feet. But anyway, between these two tendons here, just going to massage up between that. You can do a kind of glide like that, or you can do little circles in between, but it feels really nice. I think I actually picked up the exfoliator rather than the massage cream, so make sure you look at the labels that you're picking up and don't do what I've done. And up here as well. And then we do this in a massage. Take each joint and just do circles around each part of each joint of each finger, and then pull. Oh. Other side. Go up between the carpals or the tarsals. I'm just going to go through these moves quicker than you should do at home, just so that the video is not too long, because I think we're almost at an hour. So I would do some more of that, but you can pause this if you want to just take the time. If someone else is doing it for you, a really nice move, you can't really, it's difficult to do it on yourself, but somebody would have your wrist like this and do circles around the wrist on both sides, and that feels really, really nice. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that for a few more minutes if you want to, and just pause it just now. I'm going to rinse off that exfoliator. It should have been massage cream, and we're going to take the mask off. So you can use your mitt or your sponge for this. Doesn't really matter, you could use both. You tend to have to do 2 cleanses to get the mask off anyway, so I'm just going to take my sponge and just wipe. You probably need to pause this to go and fill up with warm water if you're not at a sink. So you can do that as well, just My water's gone a bit cold. So your skin might be a little bit pink as you take this off if you're sensitive like me, but don't worry about it, especially if you're going to go to bed. Your skin will look really good in the morning with a mix of the lymphatic drainage and the retinol that we're going to put on in this mask. In the nose as well. Okay, when it's all off, it tends to get stuck in the eyebrow hairs. When it's all off, we're going to tone one last time, and then we're going to apply the products. Toner number 3 one side and another. So the retinol that we're going to apply is the Retinol 3TR. So it's the first retinol product, or the first stage of retinol that Medik8 offer. So if you were going to start out using a retinol, it would be this one, 0.03, yeah, 0.03%, which doesn't sound like a lot at all, but retinol is, in terms of skincare, it's a really active ingredient. And you've got a good size of a sample actually. We actually sell these in the spa for £10 each. It's 3 ml, and this will last you a long time. This will last you a good few weeks, a month or more probably, because you're only going to use a small amount. So you're going to dry off, and I can guarantee that you will see a difference in your skin if you use this as directed. So on our Instagram and Facebook page, there's a retinol video that I've posted that talks about vitamin A, all the vitamin A's. Retinol is a form of vitamin A, so it kind of explains everything in terms of what it does and how to use it, because you have to ease your way into using retinol. You can't just go and using a lot of it every day, because your skin will react even with a small amount. It proves how active it is. So just now we're going to take your retinol, pick some up in the pipette. You're going to take 3 drops, no more. So it's in an oil form. You're going to take it, just rub it between the palms so that you don't lose any of it on your fingers, and you're just going to press down to the neck. Try and get it evenly across the face. It is in an oil form, but it shouldn't feel like a layer of oil on the skin. It should absorb quickly. There shouldn't be a lot, because you can have too much vitamin A in your skin, and your skin will react by giving you breakouts and blemishes and bumps if there's too much. So whenever you apply the retinol, if you keep using it, which I recommend that you do, so you start by using it twice a week for 2 weeks, and then you start using it, let me just check. check. Now you start using it twice a week for the first 2 weeks. Then you start using it every other night for the next 2 weeks. And then after that, you can start using it every night. And your skin should be fine. If you have any questions, you can email the spa@chamomilesanctuary.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or Facebook. And see, that's completely absorbed. There's no layer of oil on the skin. And then you're going to take the moisturizer, which is number 8. It's the Balance moisturizer that you've got in this. So you're going to take that. It's either going to be the Balance moisturizer in a tub, or it's going to be Advanced Night Restore, or a vitamin A moisturizer. I've forgotten what it's called, but it'll either be in a tub or it'll be in a little sample Medik8 bottle. Either way, just take about 2 pea sizes and just apply. And this moisturizer helps to regulate the oil production. So if you're oily, or if you're combination like me, you're oily in the T-zone, it will help to balance the sebum production. So it won't completely stop the oil coming, which is not what you want, because your skin will then produce more oil. It just balances it. And press that in down to the neck. Okay, so that is you. If hopefully you're just doing this at night, and then you can just go straight to bed, and in the morning you can cleanse as usual, go through your whole routine. With having had used the retinol, you need to wear an SPF. I talk about that in the retinol video on Facebook and Instagram, but you need to wear an SPF because what retinol's doing is bringing fresh skin to the surface. It's increasing the cell turnover, so the fresh skin that's coming to the surface tends to be unblemished. It's not been exposed to anything, to UV or blue light or anything like that, so it's unblemished fresh skin, and you want to protect it. You don't want to be then exposing that to UV, and then the whole cycle of the skin, the bad skin, starts again. So at least an SPF 30, and you want to use that while you're using the retinol every single day. And even if you're not using retinol, you should be using SPF anyway. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this actually. This has been a nice opportunity for me to sit down and have a facial as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can email, like I say, spa@chamomilesanctuary.com, or our Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully it won't be too long until we can see you in the spa soon and we can do this for real. Okay, all right, bye.